enthalpy of hydrogenation. The name is itself indicating that hydrogenation, that is addition of dihydrogen. Addition of dihydrogen is also known as a reduction. In organic chemistry, we come across the oxidation reduction concept, where in reduction, addition of hydrogen gas in the presence of some catalyst, a unsaturated hydrocarbon gets saturated hydrocarbon, isn't it? Now here, in this process, the enthalpy change is referred as a enthalpy of hydrogenation. It is the enthalpy change. Remember, it is always exothermic. When 1 mole of a unsaturated compound get react with hydrogen to give a saturated compound. Now here, alkene, this is ethylene, 1 pi bond is there. Acetylene, 2 pi bonds are there. So these two are unsaturated hydrocarbons. When they react with dihydrogen gas in the presence of catalyst, they give saturated hydrocarbon. The enthalpy of this reaction is minus 120 kilojoule per mole, minus 300 kilojoule per mole. Now here, this energy is known as enthalpy of hydrogenation or heat of hydrogenation. Now, why I am writing always exothermic? Because here 1 pi bond is breaking and 2 sigma bonds are forming. That means here actually what we are doing, 1 pi bond is breaking and 2 sigma bonds. Hydrogen is added here and 1 hydrogen is added here. That means 2 sigma bonds are formed by the cost of 1 pi bond. We know pi bond is a weaker bond, sigma bond is a stronger bond. That means we are breaking a weaker pi bond and we are forming a 2 stronger sigma bond. Bond breaking is a endothermic reaction, endothermic process, and bond formation is a exothermic process. That's why in this heat energy releases. That's why I am writing always. That's why I am writing always. Now come to cyclohexene. Cyclohexene. Here enthalpy of hydrogenation is minus 29 kilocalorie. This is experimental data. Now come to, I am taking 2 pi bonds. And these 2 pi bonds are isolated. There is no any resonance, isn't it? Double bond, single bond. Here again single bond is there. Now double bond is there. Now numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4 hexadiene. Cyclohexadiene. Now what we expect for each pi bond, the enthalpy of hydrogenation is minus 29. So we have 2 isolated pi bonds. So we can expect to 29 double, that is the minus 58 kilocalorie per mole. Now come to same cyclohexane I am taking, but 2 pi bonds are taking alternatively. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1,3-diene. Cyclohexa 1,3-diene. Then the enthalpy of hydrogenation as expected minus 58 kilocalorie. But actually the experiment value gives that minus 55.5. Now, the difference between these two energies is referred as a resonance energy. Do you know this cyclohexadiene will show resonance if this pi bond comes to this side, this pi bond goes to this side, that means it can show a resonance. This pi bond come to here, this pi bond come to here. So due to resonance of two equivalent resonating structures, this species relatively more stable as compared to this species. So that's why this is more stable. That's why the enthalpy of hydrogenation liberated is less as expected from the calculated value. The difference between these two, that is the enthalpy of hydrogenation calculated minus of enthalpy of hydrogenation experimental. This is called resonance enthalpy or resonance energy, which is equal to minus 2.5 kilocalorie in this cyclohexadiene. Remember, the negative value indicating that cyclohexabutadiene, actually these two are resonating structures, RS, but actual resonance hybrid will be like this. That means the pi bonds will be delocalizable. So here the pi bonds will be, this is the RH, resonance hybrid. Now, what is the actual resonance energy definition? It is the energy difference between the most stable resonating structure to that of the resonance hybrid. The enthalpy difference between the most stable resonating structure and the resonance hybrid is known as the resonance energy. Now come to suppose I am taking 3 alternative pi bonds in the cyclohexane ring. Let's suppose each pi bond required hydrogenation will liberate minus 29 kilocalories per mole. Let's suppose 3 pi bonds are there which are alternatively present. So we can expect to 29 multiple of 3, that is minus 87 kilocalorie per mole. But experimentally enthalpy of hydrogenation of this compound, this is a benzene. Actually this is the resonating structure of the benzene. Benzene resonating structure. The value minus 51, this is experimental data, practical data, but it is the calculated data regarding the bond enthalpies or enthalpy of hydrogenation. Now the benzene resonance energy will be enthalpy of hydrogenation calculated, that is minus 87 minus of experimental data minus 51, that means minus 36. Minus 36 is the resonance enthalpy of benzene, resonance energy of benzene. Actually the negative sign, it not represent the energy decreases. This means the resonance hybrid, the benzene resonance hybrid will be more stable as compared to benzene resonating structure by 36 kilocalories. Here from, let's suppose this is a benzene hypothetical structure and one more hypothetical structure. These are the benzene resonance structures. Benzene resonance structures. Actual structure of the benzene, that is the real structure of the benzene, will be this. This is called resonance hybrid. This is called what? Resonance hybrid. This is the real structure and these two are the hypothetical. The practically benzene structure is the real structure and these two structures only to write on the paper. We can write these two structures, but real structure of the benzene is this one. Now the energy difference between these two is called resonance energy, isn't it? Now here, let's suppose there are more than one structures if a molecule exists. What is the definition of a resonance? Resonance is a phenomena in which a molecule, all properties cannot be explained by taking only its single structure. In that situation, what we have to do, we have to propose more than one Lewis structures, and all these Lewis structures are called resonating structures. And all these structures are successfully explain the 100% all the properties of the given molecule or species. Then such structures are called resonating structures, and this phenomena is known as a resonance. Let's suppose a compound has 3 resonating structures. Let's suppose out of 3 resonating structures, resonating structure 1 has more potential energy and 2 has less potential. Let's suppose. Now this is the resonance hybrid structure. Resonance hybrid. And these are the resonating structures. Resonating structures. Okay. Now, out of these 3 resonating structures, which has the least energy? Structure number 2. And what is the most stable structure? Resonance hybrid. And the difference between the energy difference between these 2 structures is called resonance energy. It is the energy difference between the most stable resonating structure and the resonance hybrid is referred as a resonance energy. In case of benzene, the resonance energy may be positive or negative. Don't be considered negative in the sense heat energy releases, positive in the sense heat energy absorbed. That means when we compare to this structure, both are equal, or this one to this one, the energy difference is 36 kilocalorie. That means this molecule has lesser energy as compared to this one or this one. That means this molecule has more energy, that is 36 kilocalories of more energy than the resonance hybrid, or resonance hybrid has lower energy, that is 36 kilocalories as compared to these two, any one of these two structures. Isn't it? So this is the energy difference, that is the most stable canonical structure, as well as the resonance hybrid is called resonance energy. Is called what? Resonance energy. After enthalpy of hydrogenation, continuation, enthalpy of hydration of ions. Hydration is different from hydrogenation. Now, let's suppose a ionic compound containing cation and anion. Let's suppose cation Na positive, anion Cl negative, they are in gaseous state. If 1 mole of any particular ion in the gaseous state, when dissolved in suitable solvent, so it get solvated. In case of in this situation, the solvent is water, that is the aqueous medium. When 1 mole of any particular ion, whether it is cation or anion, will get hydrated in water, so that there is a hydrated cation or anion is formed. In this reaction, the enthalpy change is referred as a enthalpy of hydrogenation of particular ion. If it is cation, enthalpy of hydrogenation of aqueous cation, or enthalpy of hydrogenation of aqueous anion. Now here it is exothermic. Here heat energy releases. Why heat energy releases? The reason is ion dipole interaction. Let's suppose when Na positive ion get hydrated by solvent water in aqueous medium. Now water is a polar where oxygen has partially negative charge and hydrogen has partially positive charge due to electronegativity difference. So oxygen has negative charge partially, hydrogen has partially positive charge. Now we know like charges repel, unlike charges attract each other. This cation surrounded by solvent polar molecule water. So there is an interaction between positive ion and negative charge. So this is called ion dipole interaction. This is called what? Ion dipole interaction. We know bond formation is exothermic. So there is a bond formation, means attractive force is there. Due to attractions, certain amount of heat energy releases. That is the enthalpy of hydration. It is regarding ions. Let's suppose I am taking the salt. What about the enthalpy of hydration of a salt? Let's suppose I have copper sulfate or magnesium sulfate or calcium chloride. Now these are the anhydrous salts. That means they do not containing any water molecules. Anhydrous form. Let's suppose copper sulfate, by adding up 5 molecules of water, it gives hydrated copper sulfate. That is copper sulfate pentahydrate. Magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. Calcium chloride 6H2O. All these are hydrated salts. In this situation, the amount of heat energy releases is called enthalpy of hydration. Enthalpy of hydration, when it is an enthalpy change, it is a change in enthalpy, it is exothermic. Remember, when 1 mole of an anhydrous salt, by adding of a required number of water molecules, so that it gets converted into a hydrated salt. Remember, this is a solid salt, this is also solid, this is also solid. The water molecules present here in the crystalline form, Now this is a hydrated crystal, hydrated crystal. These are hydrated salts. In this, the amount of heat energy releases is known as a enthalpy of hydrogenation. Enthalpy of hydration. Enthalpy of hydration, it is corresponding to ions and also it is corresponding to salt. Ionization enthalpy. Actually, in the 11th NCERT, there is a periodic table chapter in which otherwise in 9th 10th standard also we know ionization energy. So it is the amount of energy required to remove an electron from a outermost orbit of a isolated gaseous atom in its ground state. So this definition we know ionization enthalpy. This is represented as a delta Hi. I stands for ionization. It is the amount of energy required to remove an electron from isolated gaseous state atom in its ground state. Let's suppose I have an atom X in gaseous state. I am trying to removing an electron in gaseous state to form positive ion. Let's suppose there is a gas X in an isolated state atom. I am removing one electron. In this heat energy required is called enthalpy of ionization. And what is the electron gain enthalpy? Electron gain enthalpy. It is represented delta Heg, electron gaining enthalpy. Now, it is the enthalpy change in a reaction, in a process, when an electron is added to gaseous neutral atom to convert it into negative ion. Let's suppose X is a gaseous state atom in the neutral state. Now I am trying to adding an electron to the gaseous state neutral atom isolated form. So it converted into negative ion, that is anion. Here the enthalpy change is known as enthalpy of electron gain enthalpy. Now the first electron gain enthalpy, suppose if I am adding one more electron, that will be second electron gain enthalpy. This value may be positive or negative. We could not say 100% it is endothermic or exothermic. Let's suppose in case of halogens they have 7 electrons in the valency shell. So they try to acquire one more electron in order to complete their octet configuration. In this situation, what happens? Heat energy releases. But let's suppose noble gas is there. Noble gases have already completely octet configuration. Their valence shell is completely filled. Still, we are adding one more electron. That means electron must be added to the next higher energy level. That means energy must be given to this. In case of nitrogen has stable half-fill configuration, that is 2s2 2p3, where it is half-fill configurations, stable. Still I am adding electron, so energy must be supplied. So first electron enthalpy may be positive, may be negative. But second electron enthalpy is always positive, because in second electron enthalpy what happens? We are adding one more electron to the negative ion. That means already it is a negatively charged species. Still we are adding second electron, that is the negative charge. Unlike charges, what happens? Attract, but like charges repel. During repulsion, what happens? Energy must be given to the system. That's why second electron enthalpy always positive. First electron enthalpy may be positive. That means it may be negative also. Now come to lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy. Delta H, lattice enthalpy or lattice energy. Now suppose when 1 mole of a ionic compound is there. Now what I am doing here, I am trying to break the 1 mole of ionic compound into its constituent oppositely charged gaseous ions. Then the amount of heat energy required is called lattice enthalpy. It is the amount of, it is the enthalpy change. It is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of ionic compound is dissociated into its constituent ions in gaseous state. Let's suppose I have NaCl crystal. 1 mole of a solid NaCl ionic compound is there. Now what I am doing here, it containing two ions, Na positive and Cl negative. These two ions now in gaseous state. Here lattice has to break into constituent oppositely charged gaseous ions. In this situation, the enthalpy 788 kilojoule per mole of NaCl. This is corresponding to NaCl crystal. It is the amount of heat energy required to break the 1 mole of a ionic compound into its constituent oppositely charged gaseous ions. Now, we can also write the lattice enthalpy definition in the reverse direction. In the reverse equation, what happens? When oppositely charged 1 mole Na plus and 1 mole Cl minus, they combine mutually to give the 1 mole ionic compound NaCl. In this situation, that is forward reaction is endothermic, the backward reaction must be hexothermic. So we can also write it is the enthalpy, it is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of ionic crystalline solid is formed from its constituent elements in gaseous state. Let's suppose Na positive, Cl negative in gaseous state. When they are mutually combined, that is oppositely charged ions try to attract each other. Let us suppose 1 mole, that is Avogadro number of Na positive ions, that is 6.022 10 raised to 23, and 1 mole of chloride ions, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So this much of ions are mutually combined, then you will get 1 mole of ionic crystal. Here the enthalpy change is lattice enthalpy, which is 788 minus 788. Remember, lattice enthalpy may be exothermic or may be endothermic. It is enthalpy change. That's why I am writing enthalpy change depending upon the situation. Whether the lattice is breaking into constituent particles in gaseous phase, oppositely charged particles, or when oppositely charged gaseous particles are combined to give a lattice. When the lattice breaking to constituent oppositely charged gaseous ions, heat energy required. That's why this process is endothermic. When mutually ions are combined to give 1 mole of a lattice, then system loses heat energy, that is exothermic. So that's why lattice enthalpy may be positive sign or may be negative sign. That is depending upon the situation, whether we are breaking the 1 mole of ionic crystal into its constituent oppositely charged gaseous ions, or when oppositely charged gaseous ions are combined to give 1 mole of a crystalline solid.